I'm sorry, what? I cannot believe, no, I refuse to believe Ryan Reynolds would ever do this. Like, we're talking about Ryan Reynolds here. We're not talking about Tom Cruise or Christian Bale. It's Ryan Reynolds. So Deadpool actor TJ Miller says he'll never work with Ryan Reynolds again. It's weird that he hates me. Funny, I've literally never heard this from anybody else, ever. And as you can tell, I may be a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. I thought this quote that they called out was kind of sus, and makes me think it's satire, but if it's not, what the heck? I love him as a comedian, but I think after he got super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, see? You guys see? Bruh, he was already super famous. Deadpool might have been a highlight to his career, but he's had a lot of good movies before that. I guess they had a weird moment on set, and who knows if it was Ryan Reynolds being in character, or if it even happened. Let's be honest. And this is also just one situation that happened. That doesn't mean somebody freaking hates you. Maybe he was just having a bad day. Not that that makes it okay, but still. You're gonna take one interaction and let it ruin your entire friendship or professional working relationship? That's an L take. So what he says what happened. Reynolds allegedly requested another take to belittle Miller in front of the cast and crew. As a character, he was like, horrifically mean to me, but to me, as if I'm Weasel. But he might have just been in character, who knows. He was like, you know what's great about you? Weasel, you're not a star, but you just do enough exposition that is funny. Then we can leave and get back to the real movie. He says the cast and crew seemed like they felt uncomfortable, but maybe he felt really uncomfortable and he's just projecting it onto the rest of them to try to make it make sense in his head. Then he says something along the lines of like, because I'm not funnier than he is at all, right? And I haven't been in more movies than him? Bro, this is not a contest. Plus, if you're trying to compete with Ryan Reynolds, I mean, there's not really a chance you're going to win. I really haven't heard of any controversy coming from Ryan Reynolds because he seems to be pretty open about most things. But TJ Miller, on the other hand, was accused of sexual assault by a woman in 2017. He denied it. Later, he was accused of bullying a fellow actor on the set of HBO series Silicon Valley. Denied it. But then he was also written off the show, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. He was arrested in 2018 for allegedly making a fake bomb threat while on board an Amtrak train. But federal charges were later dropped because he's a rich white male, citing that Miller's past brain surgery as a factor, hence being rich and white. He goes on to say that Ryan Reynolds is an insecure dude in real life. That's hilarious. Then he's kind of wishy-washy and says, my stance about working with Reynolds could change. I've said that about Michael Bay and now we're friends. So this isn't a new thing that's quote-unquote happened to him. And he says, I don't think you should really do something for more than 5 years. Talking about his Weasel character. But why? Don't you want to make sure that you're going to be able to retire in the future? I think we're going to need some clarification on this.